So you've been dreaming about moving to Chattanooga. You've done the research, you've got your budget, and you're ready. But then you start looking at some homes and you see a $365,000 median home price. Chattanooga prices have jumped about 50% since 2020. So what used to be a $240,000 house is now pushing $365,000. And if you want North Shore or St. Elmo, you're gonna wanna add another $100,000. But here's the good news. You don't have to give up on the lifestyle here just because the city center is pricey. There are 4 cities within about 30 minutes of downtown where your money is going a lot further, and one of them has actually been the best real estate investment in the entire region over the past 5 years. I'm Chris Roberts, your Southeast Tennessee relocation realtor, and I made the move here myself in 2016, so I know exactly what it's like to balance your wish list with your bank account. So if you want to talk strategy for your next move, shoot me a text at that number that you're going to see right there on your screen. And if you are in the throes of researching the move right now, grab my free relocation guide right down in the description. Today, we are going to break down the median prices, commute times, and the real vibe of 4 cities that offer extraordinary value, including the house that my wife bought for $150,000 in a city that has absolutely exploded in equity. So let's dive in. First up, we're going to cross the state line and head to Rossville, Georgia. Now, Rossville is a fascinating case study. It has deep industrial roots and a lot of commercial corridors. Peerless Woolen Mill was a major supplier of military blankets during the Second World War, and textiles in general was the big industry here up until the 60s and 70s when that manufacturing went overseas. Now, Rossville is not a manufactured suburb with HOAs and boutique stores on every corner. It's got a little grit and a lot of history, but if you're an investor or a smart homeowner that wants to build some equity, you need to look past the surface. Because the data has been screaming opportunity. Rossville has been the highest appreciating market in our region over the last 5 years. For example, in 2020, the median home price here was $140,000. In 2025, that median home price is $243,000. That's an appreciation of almost 74%. That massively outperforms Chattanooga's 50% increase. Why? Because it was undervalued for so long and now people are waking up to the location. You are literally just 10 to 15 minutes from downtown Chattanooga. You can be at a Lookouts game faster than people living in some parts of Chattanooga itself, and yet you can still find single-family homes here for under $250,000. That price point barely exists in Chattanooga anymore. Now, I need to be real about the shopping here because Rossville is in transition. It's incredibly street by street. You might drive down one street and see beautifully renovated bungalows, turn the corner, and the next street has properties that have been rentals for 30 years with some serious deferred maintenance. My pro tip, if you buy here, just get a rigorous inspection. Many homes were built in the 40s and 50s, so check the wiring and the plumbing. But if the bones are good, you're buying into an area that has been on the upswing. If you want to keep your mortgage low and ride that appreciation wave, Rossville is going to be one of the smartest financial plays on this board. Next, we're heading a little further south to Fort Oglethorpe, which most of us just call Fort O. This is a real sweet spot when Chattanooga is too expensive and Rossville might have just a little too much grit for your liking. In 2020, the median home price in Fort O was $168,000, and in 2025, it jumped to $273,000 for an appreciation of just about 63%. Now, the vibe in Fort O is very different from Rossville. It feels like a bustling, established suburb. You've got Battlefield Parkway, which is the main artery there, and let's be honest, it's busy. You're gonna hit red lights, but you'll have everything that you need in this area. You'll have Costco, major medical centers, Lowe's, Home Depot, restaurants, all of that stuff. You'll never really have to leave town to run your errands. But the biggest perk here isn't the shopping. It's the Chickamauga and Chattanooga National Military Park. This is thousands of acres of protected land. It's historical, yes, but for locals, it's just this massive, beautiful park. You see people running, cycling, and walking their dogs, and having access to that kind of green space without paying a premium is a massive quality of life upgrade. Now, your commute to downtown Chattanooga is still easy, usually about 15 to 20 minutes, and at a median price of $273,500, you're going to get a lot of house for the money compared to just 15 minutes away in Chattanooga proper. Now, here's something interesting in the 2025 data. Homes in Fort O are sitting on the market a little bit longer right now. The median days on market is about 44 days. Now, this is actually really great news for you. It means that you don't have to waive your inspection or put in panic offers. You've got the breathing room to negotiate and make a smart decision. All right, city number 3 is going to be Ringgold, Georgia. Now, I've got to admit my bias right up front. I have a massive soft spot for Ringgold. I talked a little bit more about Ringgold and why it's important to me in this video, which you can check out right here. Now, Ringgold, it has a completely different energy. It's got a really cute Main Street style downtown, and you've got this historic depot where they have an awesome haunted house every year. The creek, it runs right through town, and it's got local boutiques and mom and pop restaurants. It feels like a community where people actually know each other. Now, in 2020, the median sold price was $227,000, and in 2025, it jumped up to $325,000 for an appreciation of about 43%. And now, with that median home price being about $325,000, it is the most expensive on this list, but let me tell you why it's worth it. Megan bought her house here in 2017 for $150,000. It wasn't anything magnificent, just a really solid home in a really good spot. And today, that same house is gonna sell for probably over $300,000. It's doubled in value in just over 7 years. That is the power of buying in a city that's growing correctly. Couple that with great school systems like Heritage Middle and High Schools, and you've got a winning place to settle down. Now, the trade-off is that you're going to be a little further out. The commute to Chattanooga is going to be about 20 to 25 minutes right down I-75. You aren't walking to one of those charming coffee shops in Chattanooga from here, but if you want that small town Saturday night feeling, Ringgold is the winner. Last stop, we're going to head back across the border up into Tennessee to Cleveland, specifically the Exit 20 area. Now, this is the southern tip of Cleveland, closest to Chattanooga. I live just a little bit north of Cleveland myself, so I'm going to be partial to this area for sure. In 2020, the median home price was $219,000, and in 2025, it's $323,000. So this area saw an appreciation of about 47% over the past 5 years. But here is the major differentiator for everyone's watching this who hates taxes. You're in Tennessee. That means zero state income tax. If you're a high earner, staying on the Tennessee side might save you thousands of dollars a year. Now, why Exit 20? Cleveland is a big city. If you go north, you're going to find some luxury, new construction, and a bit heavier traffic. Off of Exit 20 is really a sweet spot. It's generally more affordable than the north side, and you get access to the same schools and strong job markets with Whirlpool, SK Food Group, Mars Chocolate, and more. They're all right here, and you aren't paying a premium to be in that northern part of the city. Now, this is going to be the longest commute on our list with 25 to 30 minutes to downtown Chattanooga, but honestly, it's an easy drive. I do it almost every day. So in exchange, you're going to get some land and space, and you're going to get to live in a place that feels open and free. Now, before we wrap this up, I need to address the elephant in the room, and that's property taxes. I know that some of you are thinking, Chris, I can't move to Georgia. The taxes are higher. Yes, Tennessee has lower property tax rates than Georgia. That's a fact. But do not look at the taxes in a vacuum. Look at your total monthly payment. So let's do the math real quick on a $275,000 home. In Chattanooga, finding a move-in ready home for $275,000 is starting to get pretty difficult. In Fort O, you can find a great house for that price all day long. Let's say that you found this house in Fort O and your taxes might be $400 or $500 more a year than they would be in Tennessee. That's like 40 bucks a month. But because the house price was $75,000 cheaper than in Chattanooga, your mortgage payment is hundreds of dollars lower every single month. So don't spend $80,000 more on a house just to save $40,000 in property taxes. And even when you factor in the income taxes, you may only be saving $200 or $300 a month with those taxes. So be sure to run the full numbers. If you need help with that, reach out and we can run those scenarios together for your specific budget. All right, look, I get it. Compromise is hard. These towns aren't downtown Chattanooga. You aren't walking to the Walnut Street Bridge from your front yard, but what you are getting is freedom. You're getting more house, more land, and financial breathing room. If you're trying to figure out where your budget fits best, let's talk. Go ahead and click that link below to schedule a Zoom consultation with me. And while you're there, grab that free relocation guide. It's going to be packed with some information on healthcare, schools, and just some insights that you need to live your best life in Chattanooga and Cleveland, Tennessee.